Many people confuse emotional attachment with emotional maturity. They think the more intense the feelings, the stronger the love. But psychology says something very different. Some of the most emotionally intense relationships are also the most unstable. And some of the healthiest relationships look calm, steady, and emotionally safe. The difference lies in one thing: emotional maturity. Understanding the difference between emotional maturity and emotional attachment can completely change how you love, how you react, and how you choose your relationships. What is emotional attachment? Emotional attachment is the emotional bond you form with someone. It is natural. It is human. But attachment becomes unhealthy when it turns into emotional dependence. Signs of emotional attachment. You feel anxious when they pull away. Your mood depends on their attention. You fear losing them more than losing yourself. You overthink their behavior constantly. Example: if your partner doesn't reply, your heart races. Your mind jumps to worst-case scenarios. You feel emotionally unsafe without reassurance. This is attachment driven by fear, not love. What is emotional maturity? Emotional maturity is the ability to feel deeply without losing control over your behavior. An emotionally mature person feels emotions but doesn't act impulsively, communicates instead of reacting, feels secure even during distance, takes responsibility for their emotional state. Example: your partner replies late. You notice discomfort, but you don't panic. You address it calmly later. Emotional maturity is not emotional coldness. It is emotional regulation. Key difference: fear versus stability. Emotional attachment is often driven by fear. Fear of abandonment. Fear of rejection. Fear of being unimportant. Emotional maturity is driven by inner stability. Attachment says, "Don't leave me." Maturity says, "I value you, but I won't abandon myself." Emotional attachment seeks reassurance. Emotional maturity builds trust. Emotionally attached individuals constantly need reassurance. Example: do you still love me? Are we okay? Why are you acting different? Emotionally mature individuals build trust through consistency, not questioning. They understand that love doesn't need constant proof. Emotional attachment reacts. Emotional maturity responds. Attachment reacts emotionally. Maturity responds consciously. Example: attachment sends angry messages in panic. Maturity pauses, reflects, and communicates later. The pause is the power. Emotional attachment creates overthinking. Emotional maturity creates clarity. Attachment feeds overthinking. Every word, tone, or silence feels meaningful. The mind never rests. Maturity accepts uncertainty without self-destruction. It doesn't invent stories where there is no evidence. Emotional attachment confuses intensity with love. Emotionally attached relationships often feel intense. High highs, low lows, strong emotional pull. But psychology shows intensity often comes from instability, not love. Mature love feels safe, not addictive. Emotional attachment avoids boundaries. Emotional maturity respects them. Emotionally attached people struggle with boundaries. They give too much. They tolerate disrespect. They fear saying no. Emotionally mature people know boundaries protect love, not destroy it. Emotional attachment externalizes self-worth. Emotional maturity internalizes it. Attachment ties self-worth to how someone treats you. Example: if they're distant, you feel unworthy. Maturity builds self-worth internally. Your value doesn't change based on someone's mood. Emotional attachment fears conflict. Emotional maturity handles conflict. Emotionally attached individuals fear conflict because they fear loss. So they either explode emotionally or suppress themselves. Emotionally mature individuals see conflict as communication, not threat. They address issues without emotional chaos. Emotional attachment seeks completion. Emotional maturity seeks partnership. Attachment says, "You complete me." Maturity says, "I'm whole, and I choose you." This mindset alone changes relationship dynamics completely. Emotional attachment relives past wounds. Emotional maturity heals them. Attachment is often rooted in unresolved childhood or past relationship wounds. Abandonment, neglect, inconsistency, these patterns repeat unconsciously. Maturity comes from awareness and healing, not denial. Emotional attachment clings during distance. Emotional maturity remains grounded. Distance triggers panic in emotional attachment. Maturity understands that healthy connection allows space. Space doesn't mean loss. It means trust. Emotional attachment needs control. Emotional maturity allows freedom. Attachment tries to control outcomes, people, and emotions. Maturity accepts what it cannot control and focuses on self-regulation. Control creates fear. Freedom creates safety. Emotional attachment lives in the future. Emotional maturity lives in the present. Attachment constantly worries. What if they leave? Maturity stays present. How am I behaving right now? Presence is emotional balance. How to develop emotional balance in relationships. Emotional balance is not achieved overnight. It is practiced. Here's how it develops. First, awareness. Notice your emotional triggers without judging yourself. Second, pause before reacting. Give your nervous system time to calm. Third, separate emotions from actions. Feel fully, act wisely. Fourth, build a life beyond the relationship. Emotional balance requires independence. Fifth, heal past wounds. Unhealed pain always seeks validation. Sixth, communicate needs clearly instead of emotionally. Clarity reduces insecurity. Why emotional balance creates lasting love. Emotionally balanced relationships feel calm, safe, and supportive. There is love without fear. Connection without control. Depth without chaos. That's not boring love. That's secure love. Emotional attachment makes you feel alive. Emotional maturity makes you feel safe. Attachment says, I can't lose you. Maturity says, I won't lose myself. And that difference changes everything. If this video helped you understand the difference between attachment and maturity, subscribe to Master Mindology for psychology-based relationship insights. In the next video, we'll explore how to heal emotional attachment and become emotionally secure without losing love.